Hey, this is Kevin Wilkie, and I wanted to record this video to give you an overview of what this one-time only mastermind that Damien and I are going to do while I'm down visiting him in Cabo at the end of October. Because when you come to Cabo, I'm going to give you our entire business model, which is the most lucrative and simplest to scale business that I know of in this industry. So imagine just like week after week after week, you sign up 3 or more clients that are paying you $1,000 or more a month. That's what's possible from coming to this mastermind. So let me give you a walkthrough on this $1 million business model so you can see how it'll make a huge difference for you. So first, we pick a niche. And then in that niche, we create a service that's easy for us to scale, that gets our clients a lot of customers, so they're seeing a clear ROI, and we charge them $1,000 a month or more. Then we go out there and get a client in every city across the entire country. And because it's how we do our fulfillment, it's literally copy and paste. So bringing on new clients is very easy to scale and deliver phenomenal results. And our monthly reoccurring that we charge, we have a 70% or higher profit margin. So we are making a lot of money from every single client that we make, and they are getting a tremendous, like a 10x ROI. So everybody is extremely happy. Oh, they clearly see the ROI. And because we own all the intellectual property, we literally have clients for life. The very first client we signed up is still with us today because they are making a lot of money every month. And if they leave, they don't get to walk away with anything. And we just then rinse and repeat this whole model in a new niche after niche after niche. Or we can go back and upsell all these clients to additional services. So this is a very easy, fast, lucrative business of scale. And if you want to really crush it moving forward, I would recommend following something like this. And we actually modeled it after the best out there. So a friend of mine, when I lived in New York, his name was Eric, and he was one of the top salespeople at a company called Yodel. They are the top digital marketing agency for small businesses. They have 56,000 clients paying them every month. They make over $250 million in annual revenue, and all of that is sold remotely via cold calling and over the phone and through screen sharing. They don't meet anybody in person. So we hired him last year to help us build out our sales process, modeling what has been proven to work. So he spent 5 weeks with us. We paid him $10,000, and we started with 0 clients, 0 revenue, literally from scratch. And the results is after those 5 weeks, we have created the basic sales process. We got our first 3 clients, and that was hands down the best investment that we could have made because we never would have figured all that out on our own. So yeah. It's $10,000, but it gave us the business growth and future that we now have. And the good news is for you is we've invested a lot of money in over 16 months, almost 18 months now, to have this business down to a science. And now you get to having it handed to you on a silver platter when you come to Cabo. So you're going to look like this girl right here as we fire hose you all the key things that we've learned and put in place. And I just tell you what to do. We actually give you our intellectual property. So here's some of the things that we're going to give you so you leave with these things ready to go put to use. So on the lead generation side, we're going to give you our $1 million appointment setting script. So in this script, they show up and they're interested and receptive to what you have to offer, which is about how you're going to get them more customers. And then we have our whole they come to us prospecting approach where we use LinkedIn voice drops, so we leave voicemails that have them call us back directly. On LinkedIn, they're raising their hands yeah, I want to know how you can get me more customers. So every week we have people doing that. We have a cold email campaign that we send out to businesses in each city, and then we have Facebook ads that we run. And our goal is to have people raise their hand and say, yes, I am interested in learning and find out how you can help me get more business. And then we use what we call the blitz approach, where we want to be able to go city by city across the entire country and get a client in every single city like clockwork. So here's what it looks like is each week we have multiple cities that we're targeting. We just have our marketing calendar built out week after week. We already know what cities we're going to focus on and get a client in. And all those methods launch at once. We have it very documented. We're going to hand you all this so a VA can actually do it for you. So on Monday, it all launches. They start seeing us everywhere. They see us on LinkedIn and email. They get voicemails from us that they pick up and call back. They see us on Facebook. So we now look like a big deal and then we set 3 or more appointments for each city, it creates a real sense of urgency and scarcity and social proof with them, because we only work with 1 client per city, which allows us to charge a premium, has all kinds of benefits. So it creates that urgency that they need to meet with us, because if they don't, their competitor is going to sign up with us instead. So we usually close the first or second person that we talk to at each city. So that's like a 50 to 100% close rate. Imagine closing almost every single person that you talk with. And everything is done 100% virtually. So you can run this from anywhere. All you need is an internet connection and a computer, and we use this screen sharing to do the presentations. And what can make it even better is outsourcing all the appointment setting. So this was one of the biggest impacts for us, is we hired a person who loves setting appointments. Like, they actually love picking up the phone and cold calling people that they don't know in businesses. Like, that's their passion. I wouldn't want to do it, but they love doing it. And now they just completely load up our calendar every single week. Like, my salesperson is packed full with appointments, more than he can handle every week. And this person is 100% commission based. So we only pay when they produce results, and they only work 3 hours each day to fill up the entire calendar. And the great news is we created a whole process on how we found these rock star appointment setters that love doing this, and we're going to give you that whole process so you can bring and hire on your own 100% commission appointment setter. So just imagine if your calendar is full of people that that are ready and anxious to meet and talk with you on how you can get them more business. Like, that makes this so much easier. And we're going to give you our entire $1 million sales presentation that we've really perfected. The same one that we spent 10 grand to create, we now have this down to a science. And we're going to give you the exact presentation that we use and show you how to use it yourself. Same one that the first or second person closes, so you have that huge close rate. And there's 2 critical parts to this. So one, it's very systematic. So you can get on there and deliver this thing in your sleep if you want, because it's not dependent on whatever natural ability you have. So that means you can actually pass it off to a salesperson. Like, I actually don't do any of the selling myself anymore. I could remember that day when my salesperson closed their first deal 100% on their own, because in that moment I knew that I actually worked myself out of that job in the business. So this entire sales process that we're talking about right runs on autopilot with no involvement on my part. And the other thing is, it's done so expertly that it feels really customized for them, even though you're delivering the exact same thing to every person. So they feel it's highly relevant to them and their business and what's really important to them, so which means it's extremely effective. So here's what your potential results could look like. So imagine that you just start getting 1 client every week moving forward at $1,000 per month per client. So in 90 days, you'd have 12 clients and $12,000 in recurring revenue. Imagine if you get to the next level, just getting 2 clients a week, which you can absolutely do at $1,000 a month. In 90 days, that's 24 clients, $24,000 in recurring revenue. And then over the course of a year, that's over 100 clients, over $100,000 a month in recurring revenue. That's over $1 billion a year business, which is possible for you to take your business and your agency to that next level. So when you come to Cabo, here's what it's going to look like: is we're going to hand you everything for you to use. Actually, everything is handled for you, from the lodging, meals, transportation. Damien's going to roll out the red carpet for you, because there's only room for 4 key people to hear. So you absolutely want to do whatever is possible that you're one of those 4 people, because this will be the best investment you have ever made, hands down. Hands down, I can promise you that, in your business. And it's a small, intimate group. There's only going to be 4 people there. So you're going to get a lot of one-on-one time with Damien and myself. And like I mentioned before, I'm going to give you everything that we do so you can put it to use. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm actually going to give it to you so you can just hit the ground running. Plus, you get your own mastermind session where you get all of our times to focus directly on what matters most to you. So if you're interested in being one of these 4 people to this exclusive, hands-on, high impact mastermind, then send a text to Damien letting him know you're interested, because I believe, only have one spot left. So if you want that, you better hit the ground running, send a text to Damien, and do whatever it takes to get there, because it will have a phenomenal impact, promise you, when you put this in place in your business. You do not want to miss this. So I can't wait. I hope you are one of the 4 people there that we get to hang out, have a lot of fun, and make a lot of money together. See you there.